Good
Okay.
morning.
Yeah, we're here, guys. Good morning, everyone. It's Mr.SLP with my special guest, Miss Lilystar. How are you doing today?
Doing good, Lee. How are you?
Good, good, good. We're over here looking at all the pre-market movers. Not too much going on this morning. There's a few that are spiked up in the morning, but I want to just go over a few of those today with everyone. Um, is there any special ones you want to look at, Lily, today?
Well, one I found just last minute, and this one really is moving. It's NUWE. I'm not
Oh,
sure. I mean, it's like
yes.
99% things going crazy, but without looking at it and seeing why, I have no idea why yet. It's just one of the ones that caught my eye last minute. But definitely, it's got something going on. There's a catalyst. There's news. There's something going on with this one.
Okay, so
Not
they had some. This company had some news about a new clinical. They had some new clinical data
okay.
that came out an hour ago. So
That
they
makes
had.
sense.
So they're up 44% on new clinical data demonstrating 100% survival at 30 days following a use of an ultrafiltration of a bypass, I suppose, some bypass graphing. So yeah, this is why it's up so much pre-market. This float, what's the float like? 10 million on the float. So that's not such a
Not
bad
terrible.
float.
Yeah.
Not such a
I
bad
mean,
float there.
this one could really do something today. Now, I mean, it's already looking like it's trying to go over its previous highs from before, but it's one to keep an eye on. I mean, you might get a dip with open, so be patient. Don't chase something like this, you guys. But it might continue throughout the day. It's one to keep an eye on for sure.
Let's have a look at the retracement and see what we got going on here. We can do it right from up here. Yeah, well, it's hugging this EMA 9-day pretty well. The
Yeah, it
volume's
is.
still coming in. It does look like it wants to make a new high.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, this is definitely one to keep an eye out on, especially at market open. Normally, what I do with these pre-market movers, I normally wait for a pullback, and then try to play it on a pullback.
Absolutely. That's what I was saying. Just be patient. Don't feel like you've missed anything. Just give it a minute. See what it's
Maybe
going to do today.
something like this. Maybe you want to
There
look at
you
a trend
go.
line like this, and see kind of if we bounce, if we come back down, maybe touch this trend line and then bounce right off. So maybe a bounce probably like around 110-ish. See if there's a little dip down to 110. See if it holds there, and then play it from that area. But you just got to really follow the volume, right?
You do. You do. You have to make sure that that's you still have the volume because if the move's over, it's over. You guys, you can't make it happen. You just have to be on board when it goes.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. Yeah, that's I mean, they could really just tank right off
they
if the
could.
volume dies out. So definitely one to watch. Put on your watch list. It's up 95%. I really don't like chasing anything at that high
No,
up.
that's what I'm saying.
So
Don't.
guys, just be patient. On this trend line, just before we go to the next one, on this trend line, the EMA 50-day, which is a very reactive moving average for myself. So this is pretty much in line with that. So yeah, I think we could see if that's let's see what that is. That is around like 114. So yeah,
Yeah.
between like 112, 114. See if it comes down to level and bounces right there with volume, then grab it right there to play
Yeah.
an upside of maybe like 120.
Yeah, it could be a good scalping opportunity. That's what we're seeing right here. As long as this volume and momentum continues, you guys. So just and if that's not your types of trades, stay away from this one. Way too
Yeah,
high right now.
absolutely, absolutely. Another one that actually really hasn't had any good luck lately is Snapchat. Snapchat was in the
Yeah.
news last night. The news was that they were losing, that they were going to cut their workforce by 20%.
Yes.
And
And
more bad news for this company. I mean, what do you think about this company going forward?
well, I mean, it's not good news. The market's definitely reacting, letting them know they don't like that. We had some opportunities on Snap before, and we got into it, and it was a nice. I think you did a swing on it. It was a nice swing. But what I'm looking at right now, it could be a little overreactive. We made a newer low this morning from, recent, not a gap fill. The gap fill is like 789 from like 3 years ago, during our 2020 lockdown stuff. So we don't have a gap fill, but we don't know with it breaking down, are we going to head to those levels? We don't know yet. So we don't have a firm support yet, but this is one to watch. The way I look at it is it's a possible opportunity. Unless things have changed. I mean, they're cutting back. They're trying to manage their company. It is bad news, but they're trying to, make sure that they have the funds for their overhead to continue on if the markets are getting worse, stuff like that, recession possibly. So I look at it as opportunity, unless they're saying, "Hey, that's it for us, we're done," and I haven't
The
heard that yet.
financials are great. I mean, okay, they
Yeah.
had some bad earnings, and continuation of like insider selling, but insiders been selling their shares since they IPO'd. It's not like a new thing that's going on. They've been just selling.
Yeah.
So for me, everyone was riding high during after COVID when the Fed started printing money, companies started expanding a little bit too fast. So for me,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
great opportunity. If you look at the daily chart, this stock was massively up there in the $80 range. We still got this trend line from here all the way down, our trend line resistance. So as you can see, we smacked it right here back in, what was this? Back in the beginning of August. And then we got rejected and came all the way back down. But I am looking at this as an opportunity. I think we should look at these areas right here. I did a fib extension, and I think
Okay.
these areas could be ones to watch. So around like 9, I think it was like 9:14. I think I just messed up my fib extension because Weeble's so sensitive. So around, look, we're looking around 9:10. So right now it's at 9:11. So we want to kind of look at this area to see if it holds this area
Yeah.
where it's at now, and push off from there. Or do we come down lower to around like the low 8s? That could be next on the agenda.
It could be. So you got to get this one a little bit of room, a little bit of patience here, but it might turn out to be a nice swing if you're really patient. Start building a
Yep.
position and do it slowly, you guys. But this could be an opportunity for sure. So I would keep an eye on this one in the next few days, and let's see how the market's going to react.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep this on your watch list. I say look around $9, 9.10. See if this holds today. If we get a bounce, we may be able to play a day trade up to around 9.50.
Yeah.
It could bounce really nicely in today, especially if we have a green day. This one could bounce to around like 9.40, 9.50 if this area holds right here at 9.10. If not, guys, just be patient, like Lily says, and just wait for it to find a bottom. Wait for that buying volume to come in again, and then start building a position from there.
Yeah. I mean, it'll tell you if you'll sit there and be patient. The charts will always tell you. It's
Yep.
almost like reading a book, you guys. You can't force it. You have to wait. You can't make it work because you want it to. And I think we've
Yep.
all tried that before, and it doesn't work out usually.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. There's some big ones. Let me go on to the next one.
Yeah, let's do it.
As we got a short
Right,
stream,
we
we don't
got a
want to go
couple
too
more
much.
minutes.
Yeah, got a
More
couple
minutes.
minutes. Another one that got beaten up pre-market. Everyone was hyped about this last week. Bed Bath and Beyond. They were
Yeah.
going to bring out some news today about restructuring and what they're going to do as a company going forward.
And then they filed an offering, Lee, and we were on our Twitter Spaces yesterday morning, even discussing that, and it's possible an offering was coming. I mean, the way I looked at it, they'd be crazy not to. If they're trying to restructure, they're trying to get money, and they don't usually do offerings. They're not notorious for it, but they were overdue. They really were. So they have taken advantage and did the offering, and now the stock is being affected because of that. Not sure how it plays out further, but one to keep an eye on. Let the offering close, let it settle. I know there's a lot of people hyped up about it because of the restructuring, because of the possible short squeeze. But be reasonable, everybody, and just give it some time. Let's see what happens from here.
Yeah, the news that they came out, they're going to shut down a bunch of stores. They're trying to cut their spending. I mean, there's a lot of good news in that bad news, trying to restructure and trying to not go out of business. So they're trying to like cut their spending. They're trying to shut down their stores. They're trying to pull back their workforce to try to make this a successful turnaround story. So this is definitely one to watch going forward. Levels that I'm looking at is kind of sitting right at that level right now, because we hit this level around 860 a couple days ago. After this huge move to the $30, we settled down around 860. That level is kind of where I'm looking at again. This level here,
I
if
would
we
be
hold
watching it there and giving it some time. It's usually what, 2 to 3 days those offerings close. So, you know, just see how it's going to react to all this. Is it going to hold up? And just give it a little bit of room, you guys. And it's possible we get another trade out of this one. I'm sure they got more news coming. They are trying to save their company. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so watch this level around like 860. See if it holds this level. I think we may get a spike. I mean, it's holding this level, pushing up right now. We could start getting a little push from this level. So I would look around like over, if we really start pushing over around like 920. Over that, then I would aim for around like over 920. I'd aim for around like 950 plus. If we get the volume like we're seeing right now, if it starts to push over this EMA 21, I would aim for around this area, around like 950, 960. Otherwise, we come back down to around that 860 again and test that level.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually did that, and might do it a couple of times. So let's see if we get a strong, firm support there. That'd be great, you guys.
Yep. So we're going to cut this video short. It's 11 minutes in.
Yep.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you want to join us in the Discord, the links are right below in the description.
Yeah, we got to get in there and start trading.
Yep, we go get in there.
And we're streaming, so we got a lot of people waiting on us. But guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week, or Lee will at least.
Yep. Have a great trading day, guys. Bye.